So arriving at the scene, we're going to make sure our scene is safe. And then we're going to ensure that we have our personal protective equipment on, and then we can start assessing the patient. We're going to have the patient hold the extremity in a position of comfort, trying to minimize movement as much as possible. And then we're going to check for their PMSs, their pulse, their movement. Can you wiggle your fingers? And then ask them for sensational. Which finger am I touching?
Fourth.
Fourth finger. Very good. So, once we have assessed the PMSs, we're going to take our SAM splint and do a quick measurement. Could you make this hand, please? To make sure that we can properly immobilize not only this area of the injury, but the joints above and below. Okay, so it looks good. And we would do that on their arm that is not affected. In this case, we're going to stick with the same arm for ease of representation. We're going to mold the splint to better hold the extremity. And then we're going to apply gauze in order to hold it in place. So we're going to put the extremity there. We're going to make sure not to move it as much as possible. And if necessary, we could have another EMT crew member assist in the immobilization. After the arm has been immobilized in the splint, we're going to take our sling, and on the short end, we're going to tie a knot in order to create a pocket. We're then going to drape the sling over the affected limb, ensuring to catch that arm in the knot. Hold it close. I'm going to loop this end of the sling under and around the patient. Hold it close to your body. And we're going to tie a knot behind the patient. And then we're going to take our swath, which we folded into a 1 to 2 inch length. Take it around, hold it close to your body. And then making sure to immobilize the front and sides of the injury. And then tie that knot as well. And this way, the shoulder elbow, wrist, and forearm are all supported by the sling and held close to the body by the swab. And at this point, we would reassess our PMSs. So we do pulse, motion of the fingers, and then ask them to identify which finger you're touching for sensation.